Welcome to an overview of the Big Six, which is an approach to information literacy. My name is Luan Netter, and I'm a graduate student at Fontbonne University's Instructional Design and Technology program. This is a project for CED 505, Teaching Technology and Learning Theory. You will learn about the creators behind the Big Six approach. You will also hear a brief description of the steps involved. Finally, I will share a personal reflection of what I'm taking away from this approach and applying as an instructional designer in a corporate setting. This is Mike Eisenberg. He and Bob Berkowitz teamed up to draft this process and make it accessible to all. We'll learn more about Bob in a moment, but Mike is a teacher and a mentor whose personal motto is "Make it better." I like that. He is the founding dean of the Information School of University of Washington, serving from 1998 to 2006. This is Robert Bob Berkowitz, and a central theme in his work is that we must prepare students for their future, not their past. As a school library media specialist, he successfully managed and taught in school libraries at the elementary, middle school, and high school levels. Bob also has experience as a district coordinator for library and information programs and as a university instructor. In 2000, Bob was named a W.K. Kellogg Foundation Expert in Residence. He has also been an adjunct instructor at Syracuse University School of Information Studies, as well as serving as a consultant to other universities forming information science departments. Bob and Mike co-authored the Big Six approach to information problem solving. It is the most widely used information literacy program in the world. The popular Big Six model supports critical thinking skills and is based on 6 levels of Bloom's taxonomy. Task definitions can be compared to knowledge. Information seeking strategies can be compared with comprehension. Location and access can be compared to application, and so on. In addition, every 2 steps of the Big Six model roughly relate to one of Piaget's 3 stages of cognitive development: pre-operational, concrete operational, and formal operational. Bob and Mike have also simplified the Big Six into a 3-step approach for younger students: plan, do, and review. Students achieve information literacy skills with Big Six models based on their level of cognitive development. Applying these 6 steps may be effective in helping professionals and students effectively develop skills to select, analyze, organize, synthesize, and critically evaluate information, allowing them to solve real information problems readily. The first step in the process is task definition. This is where learners identify the problem, task, or questions that need to be answered. It is the first part of the information problem-solving process, which involves identifying that an information need exists. The question here is, what is the problem? In other words, you're going to put your finger on what the issue is and identify the knowledge gaps that need to be filled. The second step in the Big Six approach is seeking strategies. Users identify reliable sources of information. This step engages the learner in deciding all possible sources and selecting the best of them. We're talking about sources of information like electronic and print journals, books, multimedia, databases, websites, blogs, bulletins, etc. After finding the resources, the user organizes the information in order of usefulness. For the purpose of the Big Six approach, useful is defined as information that is accurate and valid. Step 3 of the Big Six process is location and access, and consists of users finding and accessing the information identified in the previous step. Locating sources, intellectually and physically, still involves browsing the shelves of the library, making use of online catalogs, search engines or meta-search tools, periodical indexes, electronic encyclopedias, and any other online searching tools to locate useful and reliable information. Step 4 of the Big Six approach is use of information. Users read, view, listen, and analyze the information gathered, extracting those nuggets relevant to the topic. This is a process of gathering, incorporating, and rejecting information, and will most likely involve note-taking. The core questions in this stage are: what is important, and what precise information is applicable to the problem. Step 5 of the Big Six approach is synthesis and occurs when users organize and present the gathered information in a myriad of creative ways. This step reinforces communication skills and effective persuasive presentation of facts. The final step of the Big Six approach is evaluation. Through this evaluative process, users determine how effectively and efficiently their problem-solving attempt was carried out. Through self-evaluation, users determine what skills they have learned and if their work was thorough. The most important questions to answer are, was the information problem solved, and what have I learned? In short, the Big Six is an adaptable and flexible model which can be applied to any information situation, academic or personal. As an instructional designer, I use a myriad of resources in order to discover what clients desire. While I do reference professional journals and the work of experts to understand best practices, I would include processes and procedures, government and state mandates, job aids, product information, job shadowing, job analysis, and interviews as possible information resources to pull from. This concludes the presentation. You learned about the creators of the Big Six approach. You heard a brief description of the steps involved in the Big Six process. Finally, you heard what information resources might look like in a corporate setting as an instructional designer. Thank you for your time and attention.